Hello, today I'm going to be unboxing a QCN8026B IP camera. It's part of a kit I purchased from Costco. It's a QC 16 zone NVR with 8 cameras. NVR is a network video recorder. And these are 4 megapixel cameras. So I'm going to unbox it, show you what's inside, and describe a few things to you. So as you can see, it comes well packaged. It's well protected. The camera's inside here. And just going to take this off. So here's the 4 megapixel camera. It's got a sunshade on top. You can unscrew this, it's not that tight from the factory, and you can adjust the sunshade accordingly. Since I'm mounting these cameras in a place where there's going to be a lot of sun, I'm just going to leave the sunshade fully on. Tighten this up. I want to show you a couple of the adjustment screws here. So what you've got here is a Phillips screw, and by loosening this, now you can rotate this piece here. That's the piece that mounts onto the wall or your soffit, depending on where you're going to mount the camera. I want you to notice a little notch here, and if you're mounting against the wall and you're not putting the cable straight through, you could just go like that, and that protects the cable. If you are going straight through, then obviously just put a hole and mount and go straight through. I want to show you the connections here. Now this is a power connection, which I don't need because my NVR supports power over Ethernet. That's PoE for short. And here's my RJ45 connector. So simply plugging one end of my cable into my NVR and the other end into the camera, I'm done. So I'm just going to put some black tape over this to protect it from getting damaged or any water getting inside, which is a good thing to do. The other adjustment screw I want to show you, it comes in a box actually. I'll just take it out. There's a little Ziploc bag inside the box, and inside here, there's a couple of things. I'll describe this to you later as to what this is, and I won't be needing it, and I'll tell you why later. So you've got your, supposed to be 4, well, here's your 3 anchors and your screws for mounting the camera. And inside the box, inside the Ziploc, be very careful, is a small Allen key and 2 very tiny screws. Now you don't want to lose these, because without these you won't be able to adjust your camera properly. So I'm going to be very careful. They're very small. I don't even know if you can even see them on the camera, but they're very small. So where these screws go, and I'll show you. It's a good idea to put them on the camera now before you mount it. There's 2 holes. There's one over here, I'll show you with the Allen key, and there's one on the other side. Right here. Oops, I may have gone too far. Right here. That's 2 holes. So what you do, what I suggest you do, is try to get the screw on the Allen key. And what I'm going to do is just put it into the hole that I showed you earlier and just kind of screw it in. Just get it started. Get it in far enough so you don't lose it, because you don't want it falling out while you're trying to mount the camera. Because if you lose these things, you're kind of like out of luck. I'm going to put the other one in now. Alright, that's on again. Okay, let's screw that in. Okay, so as long as I get it far enough so it's not going to pop out, I don't lose it. That's the main thing. So what those 2 screws are for, if you notice on the bracket itself, there's a little indentation. So that allows you to tilt the camera this way. So you've got your 2 movements. You've got this rotation, and you've got this. Once you're satisfied with your position of the camera, then you're going to tighten both the Phillips screw on this side. Okay, I'm just going to pick an arbitrary position of the camera, tighten screw, just to show you that it doesn't move anymore. And then I'm going to tighten the 2 Allen screws, and that will keep the camera from moving, and it'll be in the position that you adjusted it to. Okay, that was 1 Allen key, 1 Allen screw. Here's the other one. Okay, so pretty much now the camera's locked in place in the position that you selected. I'll talk about this other package here. You may or may not need it. Since I purchased this camera with the kit, it actually came with 100-foot wire with the connectors already on it. So here it is. The good thing about QC is they finally decided to put 100 feet as opposed to their previous kits, which had only 60 feet. I had bought an analog system a few years back, and it had only 60 feet of cable, which wasn't enough for the installation. So 100 feet should be more than enough for most installations. In some cases, it's probably too much. So you won't be needing this for that cable. But if you did purchase the camera separate and you're making your own cables, then I'll explain to you how you use these pieces that are in this bag. So there's about 4 pieces. There's a little rubber round piece, there's a plastic piece, a washer, and another piece. So I'll take an old piece of RJ45 cable. Obviously you got to put this on before you make your head. You put the head on. So the way it works is, this is the end of your camera. Take the washer and put this around that connection. Then you take your cable before you put your head on it, feed it through, take that rubber cylindrical piece, stick it inside, and then take the other cap and screw it in, and that creates a tight connection here. Obviously you would screw it in once you plug it in, so don't screw it in until you're got your head on. You can put your head on now, and once you plug it into here, obviously I don't have the head on here, but once you plug it in, you would then just screw this in, and what that rubber seal does is creates a watertight connection, and then you just tighten this up, and that's how you use that piece. Now, like I said, if you've got the kit and you're using the wire that came with the system, then you won't be needing these components. I didn't feel like cutting it and put a new head on, so I just didn't bother with this. And these connections in my case are actually in my soffit, so they're not exposed to rain or snow or anything like that, so I'm not too concerned. So that's pretty much it. I hope this video is helpful. It did not come with any instructions in terms of what the components are, so that's the box with everything. There's no instructions in it, it's empty. So hopefully you will find this useful, and good luck with your installation.